I'm Jess. Welcome to my channel. When I was first starting college, I remember being like so stressed and apprehensive and kind of overwhelmed. So I was just feeling all the feels. Today, I want to share with you my big sister advice and all the things I wish I could have known before college. If any of this is helpful to you, let me know by leaving a thumbs up so I can make more content like this. And after the video, if you have any more questions or anything you want me to know, let me know in the comments because I love getting to chat with you. My hope with this video is that today you're able to leave a little bit less stressed and just like excited to start college. I had, in my opinion, like the best version of college I could have had for myself. Like in life, it's all about living the life that's right for you. And I think there's so much pressure and you're feeling so many things and there's so many decisions, but at the end of the day, you're able to step back and slow down. So don't let me stress you now. Instead, let me share with you, these are things I wish I would have known before I entered college. First and foremost, this is a clean slate. Even if you go in with people that know you, short of like one friend who I got close to in college from high school, no one knew me. Like, this is a time to be someone completely brand new if that's what you want. Like, if you weren't loving the end of high school, that's okay. Or like, if you're watching this and you're in college right now and maybe you weren't loving last semester, take this time as a new opportunity for a new chapter. I think sometimes it's not even that other people, like, there is a lot of pressure, I think, with other people and how they see us, but sometimes it's just how you see yourself. So as you're listening to this and thinking about what you want in the next year and what you want in college, think about, okay, if I had a clean slate, if I had like a blank piece of paper and I could have whatever I wanted and put anything down, what would that be? I received so much advice, often unsolicited advice, but no, I got a lot of advice, good and bad, when I was entering college. I know there's so many things we do for freshmen to help them feel at ease, and so you may be doing like first year stuff. I'm sure you're hearing a ton of information. I want to say, as you take all this information in, before you make decisions based off of like other people's advice, which is good, I'm giving you advice right now, I want you to consider that you know yourself better than anyone. So as you make decisions of what to join, where to go, where to work, live, what classes to take, think about what you truly want and think about what's going to benefit you and your goals. I just remember for myself, something I did my first semester, I actually did not join any clubs or any orgs. I was in a dorm that was very social. I made friends pretty quickly. With my course load, I wasn't too overwhelmed, but I knew if I tacked on much else, I would be. But everyone was telling me I was doing it wrong. I was doing college wrong. I needed to join something like yesterday. And I did join stuff. I joined something the January after I started college instead of the August, September time period. But everyone was telling me I was doing college wrong when really I was doing college right for me. So just remember, as you make your choices, you're making them for yourself. Finding friends is not easy. It's not hard, but I think it's a pretty daunting task. I literally just remember when I was about to graduate high school, I remember like every night I'd go to sleep and I would pray for friendships. Like I wanted meaningful, real friendships. And I had good friendships in high school too, but I knew in college I needed a different kind of friendship because you're moving out. You're dealing with a lot of things for the first time. Don't put too much pressure on yourself if you're not making friends right away. I had friends in like the first month, but some of my friends didn't make friends until like the end of their freshman year. And that doesn't mean you won't be like having a good time and meeting people, but those just like may or may not be your people. Don't be afraid to go to stuff and try to meet people. And anytime you meet someone, I would just say look at them as a potential friend. Like you guys could be friends and go through the next 4 years together or the rest of your life together. Or you could just like talk to each other that one time in class, and if you see each other on campus, you can wave, and like, it's not that deep. The longer I was in college, I really felt like my support system kind of got established. So for me, that looked like professors that after 2, 3, 4 years knew my name. They'd say hi to me in the hallway. I'd go to their office, like super cool like that. I lived in the same building for 4 years, but I really got to know the staff there. And so those were people who like, if I was having a bad day, I could go down to some of those women and they would give me a hug and they would like give me a pep talk. I had friends who were like my real, true good friends who were so meaningful to me. At the end too, I also had bosses that were really, really amazing and invested in my success and my life as a person. And so as I went through the 4 years and I kind of got this network, this support system of people I knew when I had a problem or when I had an idea or when I had something I needed my people for, I knew I have this network of people that care about me and I care about them. That just makes college so much better. That's probably not something you're gonna have overnight. Like, I think of a lot of these people, they maybe came in year 3 or year 4, but just know like you wanna be gearing towards building a support system because I think your network, your support system, the people who are your people, that's what makes you feel at home. That's what helps give you confidence. And those are the people where you can find resources, friendship, advice, like everything you need. If you are someone who works too hard or is always really hard on themselves or always like doing the work, I want to encourage you to take some more time to play and to have fun and to get out. Now, if you are someone on the flip side of that and you maybe have a little too much fun, let me tell you, I would encourage you to hit the books too. College is such a balance of like, I really think it's important to have fun, like I really do, but you're also there to receive an education and to leave with a degree. And like, I did have sweet friends who were on probation in college, and like, that's not a place you want to be. You are there to graduate, first and foremost. But like I would say second to that, you want to have fun, make connections, make memories. So for you, you just got to figure out, do you need to study a little more or have a little more fun? I feel like not enough people talk about this because people are either like, oh, grades don't matter. Oh, grades do matter. Grades matter, but not in the way you think. It's okay not to have A's in every single class you're in, but I would encourage you not to just like not care about your classes. Let me tell you why. It's not so much the letter grade or the number grade that matters as I really think it's your engagement in class and how you show up, how you participate, the attitude you bring. In my experience, I had a lot of first-year professors who would teach freshman classes, but then they taught really cool upperclassmen classes. And you just never know what access they have to resources, opportunities, honestly, even just like their clout, I guess. Like I know because I showed up and I cared and I was genuine and I tried in people's classes, I got letters of recommendation. I got randomly sent opportunities to join things I wouldn't have gotten access to otherwise. I got to meet people, do jobs, and I just like genuinely got to make connections that I don't know if I would have gotten if I hadn't cared. So like, it's okay if your grades aren't all perfect. Duh, we know that. And like, is your employer gonna ask for your grades? Not necessarily. Like in some fields it does matter, and a lot of them it doesn't. But so I want to say it's not about the grade that matters, it's about showing up, engaging, being yourself and trying, because you never know what opportunity could come from that. And when you're just being yourself and doing your best, professors, TAs, they recognize that and they like to reward that. Or I just feel like it's better for them too. Like they like the students who care. As a college student, there is just such a wide variety of resources that are so readily available to you. Think student discounts, access to like free or affordable mental health care that's become really big in colleges now. Being able to talk to these professors who are so renowned in their field or like have such incredible experience in a work field you want to go into. Oftentimes there are internships that people really want specifically for college students, scholarships for your education, opportunities for research. There are so many things you get as a college student that you don't necessarily get as easily when you're not a college student. I'm telling you a million things. There's so much to take in. I just want to say to don't box yourself in. I think it's really easy to see ourselves a certain way, the way we've always been, but like you can do anything. You genuinely can. And so as long as you don't limit yourself, I think you would be really amazed at what you can accomplish. And try to adopt a growth mindset. I think it was either my sophomore or junior year when I was taking a design class, actually. Our professor, he didn't just teach us. Once a month at least, he would bring in like a mental health professional and talk to us. And it was such a cool thing. And I remember her talking about growth mindset and just how often we just don't believe we can do things because that's the story we tell ourselves over and over. But if you can adopt a growth mindset and be like, yeah, I can do small things and I can make these little changes and like, look at this thing, I did this before, so I can do something like that again. I want you to know that you are never alone. I felt so many feelings, and I was literally just talking with a friend about this the other day. We've both since graduated, but we were talking about when we knew each other, either our sophomore or junior year, I forget which. We were both going through kind of bad times, but because we were like trying to keep it together and look like we had it together, we definitely missed like a very real chance to be vulnerable and to connect. And you know, it's okay, we're friends now. But the point of me saying this is like, I remember a season of like depression, and I felt like all my friends were like actually doing really well, and I felt like I was the only person on the planet who felt that way, and it was really hard to get help because I felt that way. And I just want you to know, as you're feeling different things or going through different things, like everybody's going through something at some time or another, you're not alone. And I say that because you're not the only person who feels the way you feel, and there are people who love and care about you and want to help you. It may not be that serious. You may just be like, whoa, this is crazy. College is a lot. It may not be a huge deal, but like, there's people who want to help you, and that I hope you find comforting. I know it is so hard, but please do your best to stop comparing yourself to others. I just know for myself, I didn't think I compared myself to others, but growing up in high school, it was a much more like linear track, and like all of my friends who were in AP classes with me, we all were like doing very similar things. But when you're in college, you all take such different paths, and we're doing different jobs and different courses and different majors and minors, and you and your friends could have totally different lives but still love each other and be around each other all the time. So I would just encourage you not to compare yourself, because your life can look 1,000,000% different from your best friends, and your life could be just as fulfilling or even more fulfilling. So try to, if you struggle with comparing yourself to others, try to catch yourself when you're doing it and see if you can talk through that, journal through it, and see what you can do to overcome that. Because in the end, you're gonna feel better having not spent your time comparing yourself to others. And I just think it makes it easier to stay true to yourself and make the right decisions for you when you're not kind of bogged down by that. Focus on making memories. Not everything you're gonna do is gonna be perfect or cool or fun, but I would just say the experiences you have that are memorable or funny, or they're out of your comfort zone, or they're with the people you love, or doing something you love in school, those are the things you take away and remember. And so I would just say, that was such a huge focus for my friends in our last like year of college, was making memories, especially coming off of like kind of being COVID students. Do whatever you can to make memories. Again, we're balancing school, getting our degree, doing our best in our classes, showing up with a good attitude, being ourselves, being brave, but also just like having fun and doing stuff that you're gonna love. I have just talked your ear off and rambled, but these are all things that I like wish someone would have told me, just to go in, to be myself, to try my best, not to compare, to do things that are right for you. And that may not be easy to discover at first. I know sometimes we're not always as in tune with ourselves, and so maybe that's something you want to think about, is how can I get more in touch with myself to figure out what my real dreams are, or what my real goals are. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, if you would leave a thumbs up below, I would so appreciate you. And if you enjoy this content, I have more UT and college related content on my channel, and if you want to subscribe, I post new videos every week. Anyways, y'all, I hope you're having an amazing week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!